Go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello,
to the
hello.
very first,
I cut you off,
Potato.
nerd. That's what you deserve.
first episode of the Relaxation Station. We're joined today, all three of us, by no one, because no one
We're
likes
joined
us.
by no one,
It's very
because we're
hard.
just that good. We're that good. We can do it on our own. We're better than you. We're better than you. So that's why you should. That's why you should be here first and foremost. You gotta take a lesson from the professionals, and we're the professionals.
I seriously still need to get that button that just relays really loud thunder noises. Every viewer right now, you should fucking. I need that.
You should click that bell now.
You should click that bell. Turn on.
You should pull the train whistle now.
Some
Smash
YouTubers
that like
have...
button. Turn on notifications.
Hello, everybody. No, seriously, though, someone fucking. Some people relay the notifications in a really weird way. I found, and I want to know the exact wording. But I talked about this before about my my European friends, how they use words incorrectly, but still correctly. So my friend uses the word upgrade instead of update. And for most
That's
scenarios, it works.
That's neat. I like that.
But it just sounds so not right.
That's not even that it
I mean,
sounds so not right. It just makes him sound like a fancy, like, engineer TF2 type thing.
Well, he's like, I'm gonna upgrade my profile.
Oh,
But that's just
okay,
like
it is.
English not first language kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the way, look, I like
I
it.
feel like they probably
alright?
learned it as the same word, right?
I'm not too
Like
sure.
If you're
I
updating
just-
something, you're upgrading it. Like if you update
You're not gonna
the
hear
program.
anyone from here say that, is all I'm saying, and that's
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I like it.
good red-blooded, red English Americans. We should probably actually introduce ourselves.
And-
They don't know our names.
You know they know
It
us.
doesn't matter.
I'm the Shadow Wizard
I
Money
guess they can
Gang does
figure it
not
out.
need to be introduced.
They can figure it out through context. You're gonna have to solve the puzzle. Can you solve the mystery?
And-
You're gonna have to saliva the puzzle.
Yeah, you have to. You have
An
to
update
draw.
You
isn't
have to thaw
always
it
an
out in your mouth.
upgrade. Fuck me, never mind.
Fuck you.
What'd you say?
Fuck you.
Go on. No, Tucker wants to speak. Go ahead, fucking slap his face and stick a baby ball in his mouth. The baby Tucker wants
Go
to
to
speak.
hell.
Go on.
Go on, Tucker. Sing
gonna
for us.
fuck-
Sing us a song.
Fuck off.
Sing it.
I was gonna make fun of iPhones. Damn.
Look, I got a ukulele that makes little music notes come out and spin around you. Go on.
I hate
play
you
it.
all. You're
I'll play
all
little
fucking
lutes.
Bling.
assholes.
I was watching a show where someone pulled out a lute to try and charm someone else's wife, and the wife looked at them and said, "What the hell is a lute?" And that, that that made me laugh pretty hard for a minute. Let me just saying WH. Oh. And honestly, I think playing the Super Mario show as a background would also be pretty
That would not
entertaining.
be. I do not
That
think
would
we
be
would get
funny
away
as
with that.
fuck.
We would
What do you
have
mean?
to
No,
be
that
very.
would be so many copyright issues.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you
mean?
mean? Who's gonna copyright us? Strike
The
us.
only way we'd be able to get away with
Nintendo?
it is if we were talking about it and like judging it. That's the only way we'd be able to get away with it. Is if we were like actively talking about the show.
Or if we changed
Like,
our
it's ups and
transformative way.
downs.
What if we just made YouTube poops and talked over them?
Oh my
I was
god.
listening.
We should just
I
become
mean-
we're no longer doing this. We're already getting derailed. We're doing YouTube poops now.
That takes so much editing though, so much time, so much fucking effort.
Exactly. That's quality right there. We got one
That's our
hour
thing.
of poop. You know that YouTube channel, hour of poop. We're gonna have an actual hour of poop. That's just how
Can we
good
not
are.
have? Let's keep each episode's pronunciation of the word poop under 5.
How many times did I say it just then?
3.
A lot.
3. We have. So is that like 5 per person? Or
No,
5
it's just
total?
5 in general.
So if I spend all of the P words,
Well, you have one left because I said it earlier, trying to
Oh.
explain what it was.
true. So what counts
Make
as
it-
saying the word?
Just saying the word. I feel like that's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, but like, what if I say it without the P at the end?
This
Right.
is shit. This is nothing. This is fucking nothing.
Oh hey,
Just talking about nothing. Oh my god.
If you think me talking about semantics is nothing, then I talk about nothing very often.
Okay, fair enough, honestly. But this is a dumb thing to use semantics on.
This is a dumb thing to waste our podcast time on.
Look, we were like 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Whoever was watching left, man.
Nah,
Whoever, the one viewer we
Nah.
had on our first video is gone.
nah, come on, they love us. They love you. You and your big, strong, muscly voice.
Look,
They
I
love
know
it.
that I have a big apple cork-sized head, but that does not
What's an apple?
fluctuate. What's an apple cork?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it off of you?
Well, isn't it?
I'm not quite sure, actually. It's a cork that is
It's a cork
these-
made out of apple skin.
That's pretty dumb. I don't think that would work as a cork.
No, it's an apple cork that's made from applewood trees.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's called an apple cork because it has special
It's
properties.
made out
I
of
can-
cyanide.
I can look this up and I can prove that it's not real. I can prove that it's not real. I'm gonna look it up
You
right
can
now.
look this up,
Apple.
and if you look it up
Cork.
and you find out it's not real, then you're the fool.
Well, then call me a fool. Call me a fool. Give me my little hat. Give me my little hat. Little clown hat, little fool hat.
Are you looking it up?
I did look it up, and it doesn't exist.
Are you the fool?
Yes,
I am the
something.
fool.
It does, you're the fucking fool.
It's the only way I get you guys to shut up about it.
What are you talking? What do you mean?
The apple cork. I asked, what's an apple cork? And then you guys go on for a long thing about the fake apple cork. And then I say, that doesn't sound
What
like
do
that's
you
a real
mean?
thing.
It's real.
It is
This is
real.
awful. This is how our viewer leaves. This is exactly how they leave. This is what happens.
The viewers will look up apple cork, find out it's not real, and smash their electronic devices. That's not on us. We have a binding with electronic companies. That's what we do. That's how we
Yeah,
get
we're
our money.
we're actually the son of Jeffrey Bezstein.
Yeah, we're the son of Zeus. He powers everything. It makes sense. You know how many people he's raped?
Okay, Chris.
No, like to be
Okay.
realistic, we're probably descendants.
Okay.
That's how,
Hell.
that's how technology works. Am I wrong? I feel
No,
like
you're absolutely right.
Well, it's definitely far less than the number of people that Genghis Khan had kids with. Because like
Barely.
a quarter of the world is a descendant of Genghis Khan right now. So that
Well,
means,
that's not like. That's kind of impressive, I guess.
yeah,
Genghis Khan
it's
got
pretty
around.
impressive considering there's like 8 billion humans. 2 billion of those are Khan descendants.
you think it's
That's
like
nice, I guess.
the spider fact, like if all spiders banded together, they could take over humanity in like a couple of years. You think it's like that with Kong descendants?
I mean, probably
I mean,
not.
probably.
If they all banded together in one, they take over the Earth.
I mean, like, if they actually like band together one country, a democratic country, and just start voting, I feel like they'd swarm the shit.
I like how we keep saying they, like they're not human.
I mean, we might
No,
be
we're
one of
saying
them.
they, like recognizing them as a group.
We should recognize them like their collective hive mind, like bees and ants. They're like
My
a
niece is
eusocial
bee.
insect, but they're humans.
My niece was walking
They
out
have
of
antennas.
my mother's room, and I was like, "We should get it some food."
Yeah, there's
Remember this?
actually
Why did you just say it?
there's
I thought about that. Oh,
there's a statistic that I saw on my like one of those old data samples. If you're a descendant of Genghis Khan, your fingers will be like an inch longer than a normal person's. It's like very slight, like you can hardly notice it. But there are people who have like just gone to their doctors and they're like, "Yo, your fingers are like weird and bad." And then it's like, I think it was discovered like recently.
I feel like
I
his blood
seriously
would get
thought-
like mad thin by then.
with everything in me, you're gonna say the descendants of Genghis Khan has finger-looking good fingers. I thought with everything in me you were gonna say that, and you didn't.
That would have
and
been so
That's
funny.
awful.
That would have been funny. Tucker, you're bad.
Fuck off.
No, why would I?
Every single Genghis Khan descendant has a special enzyme in their fingers that collects cheetah dust better.
They have a special enzyme in them that actually allows them to speak Italian better. It changes their DNA. Did I tell you guys about that, by the way?
With like the Italian Spider-Man.
No, the Italian DNA thing. Or like, there were these experiments that were done. They just like collect DNA samples of people before and after they like move to Italy or something like that, or go to like some other country and speak a different language and learn a different language. And yeah, with the Italian language, their DNA like actually changed significantly, not enough
What the fuck?
towards like. I guess I shouldn't have said significantly because it's not really significant, but it was like notable. Like they could tell, hey, this person's DNA is different now because
What
they
the
spoke
fuck?
Italian and they speak Italian now. It's just like a natural language, and it's a thing that happens with other languages too, not just Italian. It's theorized that that's why like certain incantations or whatever in like witchcraft are done with Latin, because Latin's apparently some like special magical language, and that's why Italian is that way. Because
That's
Italian is,
interesting,
if
I
I recall
guess.
correctly, it's descended from Latin. I'm not sure actually.
Most languages in the world are, so.
Is Italian
Ow.
descended from Latin? Yep, Romance language. Descendant of Vulgar Latin, whatever that is. I guess it's like Pig Latin, but more violent.
It's like if you know how everyone learns cuss words at the first, like when they're trying to learn the language, they learn all the curse words first.
No,
What if a language was just curse words?
I feel
That's
like
pretty
that
much what
wouldn't
that
really
is.
work.
I feel like
That
that would be
would.
honestly the most used language.
Yeah, it would. It's Russian. It's like present day Russian.
Because I don't think you understand how like curse words work for one, or how languages work.
Look, if I hear Russian, all I'm saying is if a Russian man is speaking to me with a slightly more than average raised voice, I'm going to assume he's like cursing my entire family to death. It is a very
not-
violent sounding language. Look, I'm not crazy.
That's not how language works, though.
Why is it not how
What
it
do you
works?
mean?
Yeah, you're fucking.
Just
you're
because
crazy.
someone sounds angry doesn't mean they're cursing at you.
I mean, that's true,
If
but
you're
language is all about intent. Even if we take words and their original meanings,
Right? Yeah,
meanings
but
get
like,
changed by
uh,
intent.
Yeah, no. If you yell at your dog, if you yell, which is horrible to do, but if you yell at your
Yes.
dog, and you say "I love you" and you yell at them, they're gonna get fucking scared. You get
The
something wrong.
dog's still intimidated. It's
If,
still.
yeah, if you say like, you know, you've been very bad, I'm gonna whoop you or something. Except you say it very softly, the dog's gonna wag their tail and bring you a toy. That's what's
The-
gonna happen.
the only way that what you're describing like works, quote unquote, as a language is because you interpret it as being the same amount of like aggressive. Like, it wouldn't work as a language. It's like most curse words are just like explicatives anyway. And explicatives, in case you don't know what that really means, is just like a nothing word, like a word that means nothing.
What? That's not what curse words are.
Well, there's a lot of words that you
Curse
just
words will.
there's a lot of words that are just like used
mean-
as filler words, like this damned dog, right? Like, it doesn't add anything.
I mean, that's true,
just
but
shows
I
that
mean the
you're
original purpose of curse words. Didn't
Right.
curse words originally like sprout from the predatory sounds we like used to indicate predators and stuff?
No, it actually.
That's what I've heard, at least.
It might be true in other languages, I'm not sure. But in the English language, it actually went back to the Battle of Aquitaine. There were two different kinds of English that were spoken by like higher ups and like nobles and that sort of thing, and then there was like what the peasants spoke. That's actually how we get the
Mhm.
difference between like pig versus pork. Farmers and like other people who weren't like big and fancy always just call them pigs. The rich people would just say, okay, well, I'm being served this here. This is pork. Just like that pig over there, or what we know as pig, is also pork. And eventually, with the Battle of Aquitaine, a bunch of stuff went down, and we now just refer to those as like, okay, pork is the meat, pig is the animal. It's actually Porkenstein's
What does that have to do
monster.
with curse words?
Well, it's the same sort of thing that happened. There's poop, or there's shit. There's pee, and there's piss.
That's your that's the fifth time.
Oh,
You wasted it there.
I didn't waste it. I used it for an informative thing. That was the one time it was actually a good thing that I said the word. It was
Still
actually
used it.
constructive.
Hell.
Yeah, but not. It wasn't wasted. I don't think.
I guess. Still. That's interesting, I guess. I've heard different stories.
What have you heard?
That, like, they... How do I word it? Like, original sounds that we used to indicate different predators, like land predators versus sky predators and stuff. Just
A
stuff that would
wolf's-
originally put us to danger.
It's a
The
fuck.
wolf's like running towards you. Oh damn! Damn!
Pretty
You
much.
start running
I mean,
away.
a lot of
Like,
people have
kill 'em.
negative indicators with those noises.
Right, I guess that makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like if I have no
But, like,
concept of like English or anything, and
it,
if like I see a wolf coming towards me, I'm gonna go, "Oh, damn!" I'm
Kill
not gonna
him.
do that.
You're thinking of it differently from what I mean. I mean, like,
Okay.
when it comes to, like, caveman stuff, like grunts and stuff.
Ooh, dumb.
maybe
You'd make
that's-
loud, angry-sounding noises, kind of like curse words, how if you're angry, you'll shout fuck and stuff.
Ooh, fuck.
Well, I don't know enough about the etymology to know that far back, but I know a lot of them just go back, like, for instance, fuck comes from a really, 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 really old word that's kind of similar to fuck. Man, it's weird.
Wait, did cavemen even like do the grunting type things, or do they actually have a language? I
They-
remember hearing that they actually have a language. Like, the whole grunt thing was a myth.
They did
It's just got
probably have a
popular.
language. There's actually a big debate about, like, which came first, thought or language.
Yeah, the
Which
chicken
is-
with the egg going.
Which, personally, in my opinion, on that thought,
It would be
I
thought,
feel
because
like-
you could think
yeah,
of
thought.
images.
because, like, what's a deaf person going to do? Just like someone who's blind and deaf doesn't have, like, any concept of words or anything like that. Do they just not think? Well, no.
That,
They
obviously.
that was a huge argument I think our whole friend group had.
That's
Yeah.
that's dumb.
I'm pretty sure that people who have been blind and deaf before they were like actually taught, they've said that they barely thought or like didn't. Their mind was pretty much blank, wasn't it? Haven't there been like personal accounts of that?
Well, if there's other accounts of them are thinking, and then the whole they can't think is disproven.
Are they like thinking true meaning since they don't have really words or images?
Probably.
That's what I'd imagine the cavemen would be then. Because they don't have really words to convey it, they would think in meaning and images.
And then
What's,
eventually
like,
they
what's our
start
base
making noise.
essence? Right? What's our base? Because like survival instincts and whatnot. What something would affect us most likely to do something. Like what if it's like a splash of, I would say color, but they don't have a real like idea of even what that is.
What
What do you mean?
Like when you get red, you get mad, you see red kind of thing.
No.
Like say you can't see, or you have the concept over it.
There was actually, I know that the whole Helen Keller thing is like a very bad thing to use an example for this, because Helen Keller's, I guess the word would be caretaker. I don't remember her name, which is good because she was a bitch who took advantage of Helen Keller. Which is why
She did?
using she used Helen as just like a political platform, just to get her own views across. And then suddenly, when the caretaker dies, Helen stops giving these big speeches. Wow. Because the lady acted as her interpreter as well. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so
It's like
happened
Stan Lee.
that she interpreted everything that the interpreter agreed with. Wow. Interpreter dies. Helen stops doing the speeches and being all fancy and political and all that. So people, pretty much just. And there's other stuff where she also just used Helen. But there were some parts where that very thing you're talking about, associating colors with feelings, was one of the first lessons that Helen was actually taught by the teacher / interpreter / caretaker.
Yeah, I did something unintentionally
That's
smart.
weird.
I will say that's just
Um,
like Stan Lee's story. That his family forced him to go to a bunch of talk shows and public events and whatever just to get money. And Diary of a Wimpy Kid's family. There's a video I vaguely remember of Diary of a Wimpy Kid's family in front of their house flexing all of their wealth and stuff. I just know it being really trashy and
Like,
thinking,
You mean like Greg Heffley, or you mean like the guy who made it,
Right.
Jeff Kinney?
the guy who made it, like his family, because he lived in a big house and his family, I think, moved in. I'm not too sure about that. I just know that their children are flexing hundreds or some shit. This is all vague imagery of years ago when I've seen this.
Because Diary of a
I-
Wimpy Kid just started as a webcomic, which is very funny.
Oh, that's an explosion. That's a firework. It is.
Back when we were talking about red, and you said something about red making you close your eyes or going blind or something,
What?
didn't you,
Well,
Chris?
when you get angry, you think of red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying.
I don't think of
You
it
know
at
how-
all.
Well,
What?
some people do.
You
Okay.
know the phrase "seeing red."
Yeah, turning
Yeah,
red.
but I've never really understood it.
Well, that's what it meant. You're seeing red. You're
That's-
angry. Your vision turns red or whatever.
It's like a base thing. It's why we associate like red. I assume it's why you associate red with like evil. Like red means stop.
I would assume blood being red would have a part of that, because if you spill blood, that's red.
Yeah, but I mean, they also consider that like as a symbolic thing, as I guess like the life essence of people.
I guess.
Okay, I know this is like... Sorry?
You know how like some people pass out when they see blood?
Yeah.
That's believed to be an evolutionary trait to get us to stop killing each other.
That's neat.
Because like, if you're hacking someone and then you see their blood and you just fucking pass out, you can't really keep killing them.
And then they kill you.
Pretty
And
much.
that's why you're the weak link, and your trait dies off.
People still have it. So
There was actually a bunch of research done into like what colors, like why we're able to see the colors we do. It's like why we have red,
and
red,
stuff.
orange. Well, no, not that, but like why they developed
Oh.
in that way.
yeah,
So like, why do we specifically care about seeing red when there's like 50 gajillion other colors that we just can't see? Why don't we see them? I forget why green was important. Probably just because there's so many green plants out there. But from what I've heard, and there's also a bunch of studies done into like linguistics to see like what colors get words, where your primary colors are like some of the first ones for obvious reasons. But the reason why the color blue is so important, I remember this one, is because it's the color of like, of course, the refraction of water and all that, and how it's supposedly blue at certain times in lakes and stuff. Which actually goes a bit into why we see shiny stuff and like shiny stuff. Because again, why we like metal, those shiny things, and rings and that sort of thing. That also goes back to seeing water and seeing light reflect off of it and be shiny.
I see. That's neat.
I am going on several tiny little talking tangents. Tiny little
That's
talking
alright.
little tangents.
Yeah, that's okay. We all like tangents, talking about tangents in a relaxation station. You know, we get derailed. That's our funny quip we say.
Yeah, we get
That's
all
horrible.
derailed over here.
Yeah, we get derailed, destationed.
Fucking terrible.
By the way, what was your guys's... Oh, sorry.
Well, what's your like? Man, I should not have done that as a kid. I can tell you something like it's not a I should have done that as in you got caught in the moment. It's looking back, you're like, oh, I should have done that. That was just
Isn't like
something
it
I
was
should have
morally bad.
Yeah. Mine was putting painting Sharpie faces on all the eggs in our fridge and throwing them off or pushing them off after singing the full Humpty Dumpty song. One by one.
That's awful.
Humpty
Really
Dumpty
dumb.
had a great fall, slaps egg off porch.
You've never told me that one before. I thought you were about to tell the tomato story again.
No,
Oh
no,
my god, that's so
I do that
stupid.
rinse and repeat. Like I draw a face like it's smiling. Humpty Dumpty slaps it off porch,
Oh,
and
that
they make a
reminds-
big yellow splotch.
There's this guy that I used to watch who made like videos about entering the gungeon. And then for like some subscriber special, he just like harassed and tortured raw eggs. I'll send it to you later.
All right. Well, the thing about it is, my mother kept asking why all of our eggs were gone, and I'd be like, I don't know. And then she'd go to work, and I'd do the same thing.
It was a continuous thing. It was like a one-day thing. That's
It was
awful.
like it lasted like a month. And
Oh my
it was just
God.
like the insecure thoughts one. Not insecure. What's the word? Fucking intrusive
Intrusive.
thoughts. Yeah, intrusive thoughts one.
Impulsive.
Impulsive looks better. Because it was
Um,
satisfying. I liked watching them crack.
Wait, so how did you clean it up? Did you just leave it
I
there?
didn't.
You
Yeah,
just
I left it
it
there.
It was outside.
Oh, it was outside. I thought it was
He was
inside.
saying he
You're
did it
just
at
like,
a porch.
oh, true.
My cousin came over and I stole an egg and I slapped it on the ground and we all just started. Well, me and him started like splashing around the yolk with our fingers.
Oh,
I was like 3.
oh. Well, you were 3.
Yeah, I remember that though, like vaguely.
What is your
My mother lifted the table, so I like looked or ducked under the table and looked at us, and like we got in trouble,
Oh,
but it was worth it.
what's your first memory?
First memory. I don't remember because some of my memories are really, really young, and I cannot put a time date on those.
What's like, what's one of your youngest one? Like top 3.
Okay, so I was talking about how we were in a yellow Jeep in front of Kroger one day with my mother, just casually in the car, and she looked at me like she saw a ghost and was like, "You were a baby. Like you were a baby in the fucking like carriage." I forget
Oh, your
the-
little stroller thing.
yeah,
The pram. The prampulator.
You were a baby. How do you remember that? And it's like, oh, I don't know.
Oh.
What was
My
yours?
first memory was me, like, I was 4 years old, I think. That's like my oldest memory was when I was 4, and I just like felt like I suddenly had consciousness. I was just like playing with some toys in the room.
You awakened your powers. Your eyes flared red for a second.
No,
went
he
back
just,
to
just
normal.
had his sleeper agent activated. He had his command word set.
That's just like genuinely what it felt like. Like I had just woken up. I was so fucking confused.
Frogmire.
3, 2,
Which-
4,
which-
3, 3, 2.
Your word was Frogmire.
Yeah,
Once
okay.
it was said, you awakened.
Ribbity.
It's okay. I'm serious, man. If you gained powers of demons, like you could fly, you could snap your fingers and control people for 24 hours, and you could summon fire on your hands, what would you do with those powers?
What would I do with them?
Yeah, what'd you do? Would you do nothing?
let's
It's like a 9 to 5.
I'd make it easier at 9 to 5. Instead of frying food by putting it in deep fryer, I just cook it with my hands.
Yeah, but like, okay, well, hold on now. Nothing says it has to be like extremely hot. It's just like a normal temperature fire.
So it just like, well, no, even then I just like burn food almost instantly still. Fire was like really hot.
Well, yeah, but it's like not really, because
You have to cook it. You have to cook it right, for one, or else people will bitch. And for
That's
two,
what I mean. If I was holding food with fire in my hands, it would burn the fuck out of the food.
I mean, you'd be good at like cooking things with pots and stuff though, because you could like double boil stuff really easily.
double boil.
Double boiling.
I could
is a
just have
thing.
a pot on my hand.
The way that double boiling works, you basically like take a pot, you fill it with water, then you put another pot inside of that, and you put whatever you need in there.
the lunch
I've
ladies
seen
did
that
that.
get done before. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Lunch
done
ladies
so
did
that the heat stays at around like 100 degrees Celsius, because then of course the water is evaporating. It's not able to get much hotter, so your stuff doesn't burn. It's often used when you're like cooking like caramel or something like that. Is especially a common thing, but just sugary things in general, or anything that's really used that burns quickly. So if you ever want to like,
Hazel,
yeah.
what's your long fucking oldest memory? Sure, that's a good way to describe it. Why not?
It's one of 2 things, and I'm gonna go with the first one because that's the one that I actually like vividly remember. I was at my grandmother's place, and there were like a bunch of my cousins there. There's my brother Sean, my way older brother Cagney, and there were like a couple of cousins. Don't know what they were, like how old they were, who they were, anything about that. But there's this little alligator water gun. Tiny little thing, like you could hold in your hand, but it's like if I had it right now, I could probably like it would fit inside of my hand entirely, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like every single time that I remember loving that thing, playing with it a lot. But I remember being upset because, from my point of view, I never really got an opportunity to play with it. I only had it for like 5 seconds, and someone took it from me. Years later, like I'm actually like conscious and I'm a human now. I end up mentioning this story to I don't remember even when I was talking about it, but I remember. Oh, I just thought of another one, which would be very funny considering you talked about Frogmire just there. But back to what I was saying, I mentioned it to Sean, and he said, "No, that didn't happen. You had the thing like the entire time and were hogging it. He took it away from you, and you ended up crying like instantly," which I feel like is very funny. And I like read this study once that said something about like formative memory. How like memory
Child
isn't
abuse and
just
narcissism.
well, no, it's just like when how do I quite put this? The way that you remember things, especially your younger memories, is largely not what actually happened, but largely what you think happened and largely how you felt things happened.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is just a generally funny thing. Because like
I had a memory like that. I remember getting slapped. I had it in my mind where I said that's not my real mother, and then my sister slapped the shit out of me, and I brought it to my sister, and she was like, "No, I never did that." Oh, and about the oil lamp, the like archaic ancient oil lamp I said I owned, my sister broke it.
Honestly, when you first mentioned it, I was very tempted to say, did your sister break it because you took the Just Dance disc or something like that? Man, nobody
Yeah.
knows what we're talking about right now, huh?
You've never told me about that lamp.
I have never told you about that lamp. No, it's an oil lamp that looks very old. Like you imagine a prop from like Harry Potter. It pretty much is like yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge has like on his nightstand.
Yeah.
Old
Kind of
Fucking
like a
sizzle.
lantern kind of thing.
Yeah, right next to his
very-
little candle
very
holder. Well, he's got his little
Well-
sleep hat on.
I used it as a nightlight, and
Nope.
yeah, it was cool. I like the look of it, but
That's cool.
my sister broke it, so no archaic old looking
That's shitty.
oil lamp for
That's
me.
Was it
unfortunate.
like an intentional thing or was it an accident?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Actually,
didn't ask about that. I just heard that it was my sister broke my oil lamp. I'm like, damn, I really like that thing.
Remembering the story you told me when you threw like an empty bottle at your sister's
It was
head.
not empty. It was a
Wait, it was
full
full.
body. It was a full 2 liter.
That makes it. Oh, it was a 2-liter.
Come on and regale us
Oh,
with the
that's
story again, Chris. Good
awful.
old partner, Chris.
Well, let me tell you about the story.
Woo!
I was in my house, and it was past daylight hours, and well, I grabbed the 2-liter outside the fridge, and I decided I sent my sister in the back room and near the laundry department, and well, I threw the 2-liter so hard.
She turned around. Fucking you know, like cartoonish whistle, like your face turns into a whistle and you start blowing steam.
Yeah.
I saw that and I ran towards her mother. Stop bullying me! Because it was like pure dark and I threw a 2-liter in the back of her head as hard as I could. I thought it'd be funny. It was.
God, you're an awful kid.
So I heard my mother, and my mother was like, "Why are you bullying your brother? Why are you bullying your brother?" And she was like, "Well, shit, he threw a fucking bottle at my back of my head," and I was like, no, I didn't." And my mother looked at my sister and said, "Well, maybe he was just trying to protect the family." And I like, there's a certain smile I gave when she turned her head. I'm gonna right now look for like the best representation I can of that smile I made.
Yeah, I'll throw it up on screen for later.
Just an evil little like knowing smile.
Yeah, no, like actually, fuck it. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, like I was stopping everything to wait for this image.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good
it's-
image. It's gonna be the
it's-
best image of all time.
It'll make images great again.
Indeed.
Neil, what's your favorite image, actually? I feel like that's a good question.
I don't think I have a favorite image.
What about dog?
Favorite image?
Yeah, your favorite image.
Can it just be capybara? Is that an
Look at
answer?
this. Look at this image.
Is it an image of
That's
a
the fucking
particular-
face I
Hold
made
on.
at my sister.
What is that?
Look at that fucking face
It
right
was
there.
in the general chat. That is smug and evil.
That's the fucking face I made when my mother
Yes.
turned to look at her, and then she like my mother
Oh
would
my
turn her head to look at
God.
me again, and I would like stop it and look like oh I don't know what's going on. I'm confused, like I don't know. And then she turned her head, and I put my hands together like an evil. Like I did this because
Like
I
an
just
evil
thought it
little
was a good-
goblin.
Okay, so like you see the stereotype everywhere. I put my hands together, like evilly, like yeah, like this. And then she looked at me again, and I did the puzzled like, huh? I don't know. Expression, like I don't know what's going on, and My sister had to just accept that she could do fucking nothing. Because I was like, I was just trying to protect the family.
Trying to protect the family against what?
Such a bad child.
Maybe you thought like she was an
An
intruder, maybe?
intruder.
Uh-huh.
I guess that makes. I was trying to think of like what you were quote unquote protecting the family
Yeah,
from.
because that's what my mother said. She said I was just trying to protect the family.
Yeah, just be like,
what
what were
fucking
you-
full 2-liter ball at the back of my sister's head in the dark.
The only thing I can think is that like maybe you thought it was like some home invader or something like that.
No, I knew it was my sister.
Well, no, I mean like maybe that's what your mother thought.
This was
What your mother thought you thought.
And I went with it. And I went with it.
Still funny as fuck.
And that's why you ran away and went to your mother. Wait, but then why would you say that your sister's bullet? Your mother was like probably half asleep that
She
moment.
was. She got woken up. I don't know what time it was, but the whole house was pitch black.
Fucking Dylan.
It's evil.
Yeah, it was evil. It's funny though. I remember I had like no one to play with as well. We had the relationship where I'd walk in her room and she would yell as loud as she could, as long as she could, get the fuck out of my room.
Like those
So-
words exactly.
Yes, well, no, not those, but yeah, essentially.
Like that sentiment.
We used to bicker. No, she would say get out of my room. She would yell at, but she would say get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah.
There's a huge like sibling rivalry. I'll say. I owned a Wii. I'm gonna tell the disc
It's
story.
the disc story. It's because the Tolkien Tanget.
Yeah, Chris is talking Tanget. I owned a Just Dance disc from my sister, my Wii, and I really loved playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii for the Wii. And so I'd play that for hours at a time. I'd go through each level, doing everything over and over and over again because I didn't seem to lose any enjoyment from it, which I still had that. But yeah, I would fuck. Yeah, I started thinking about Koso, and I lost all of my train of thought. Give me a second. Oh yes, okay. So my sister got a Just Dance disc, a gift, and would spend time on my Wii in general. She'd spend maybe 2 hours, but like I'd get so irrationally angry that I couldn't play my Mario Bros. I took the disc and I grabbed a iron scrubbing pad.
Pick
And
up
I
Brillo
scratched
pad.
it. Yeah, I scratched both sides as hard as I could,
Oh my god.
Why
and then I
both
snapped it in
sides?
half. Huh?
Why both sides?
Because I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Well, I didn't. Okay, so I scratched both sides like a lot, and then I threw it in the trash. And then I went to my bedroom and started playing with stuff. And was like, it's probably not good enough. So I seriously went back, snapped it in half, threw it in the trash, and went back to my room.
Okay.
And my sister was asking where I'd see the game. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I revealed years later that, like, you know, the Just Dance game you had? Yeah, I broke it. I was angry at you, teehee. And she was like, oh, it's okay. I threw away your Chicken Noodle Soup K-pop song because you blast it constantly. And I was like, oh, you did that?
Which, by the way, for the longest time, we didn't actually know what that song was. Chris has told this story before. I think it was the first time he was telling us specifically about like his music disc. We asked what song it was, and he tells us there's just no general lyrics of the song. I forget what it exactly was.
So Chicken Noodle Soup with a soda on the side.
Yeah, that.
Uh-huh.
We look it up, and it turned out it was this one song by some K-pop band. His world was
Oh.
shattered. And we put it
It's
on
terrible.
because it wasn't even the original
It's-
cover that he listened to. It was the Kids Bop version.
Oh my god.
It's terrible. It's the
And-
worst like grub of filth you'll ever put in your ears.
And we pulled up and listened to the Kids Bop version, and I honestly don't know which is worse between the original and the Kids Bop.
It's so shit. I know completely why my sister threw that out the window.
He would play it all the time.
Because I thought it sounded good. I would dance to it.
Do you ever sing it?
Yes.
Are you ever in the shower?
Yes, I would copy it. I'd go Chicken Noodle Soup and soda on the side. I'd say that on repeats. Like a broken disc. Can you imagine the fury that was gained? Imagine, if you will, that whatever the most annoying song you could think of, You know the lemon video talking about the Patrick squeezing, like breaking the lemon in half? Imagine that, but if I can make that noise on command, and I do that like constantly.
I want to
That
be your.
sounds
I
fun.
want to be your friend.
And I dance to it.
I would not be your friend.
Imagine a tiny little Chris just doing a little jig back and forth, like the disco zombie from Plants vs Zombies. He just does that little dance back and forth to this song, singing it.
Whenever I think of dance, I think of that one. It's like a certain horror thing. I think it's usually used in like horror, like ooh, you're scary kind of videos. It's like a thing inside of a pair of legs that just hops around, and it's so incredibly funny to me. I don't know if it's like actually
What?
supposed to be scary. It's like a girl or guy with like long legs and hair flowing, and he's just like kicking the ground. Like it's like a white and black scene. I don't know what it is exactly. I wish I could find it.
It sounds like a 2012 creepypasta.
I think it is that kind of aesthetic. I think it's just really funny to me. It's nowhere near scary at all.
Remember when 2 girls killed themselves for Slenderman and then nothing happened with that?
Remember when 2 girls had a cup?
They didn't kill themselves. They stabbed another girl like 38 times in the middle of the woods, then went to jail.
Oh, I thought okay, never mind. I had my story backwards. Maybe it was a different thing I thought.
Oh,
I thought they
did
like
you hear about that
sacrificed
one
themselves.
girl?
Which one?
Did you hear about that one girl who got like invited to a sleepover, then like brutally tortured by their friends for like 4 hours?
That sounds like you every single time we hang out.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think
Hey,
she was like
Tucker.
burned, she was stabbed and stuff.
Want to
I
hang
think
out?
she ended up dying.
I say spinning the skin hooks.
Mm.
You say, I had handcuffs. I think I've done that. It's like I want to hang out, so spinning handcuffs. And you're like, what's like we could do with this handcuffs? Like, I don't know.
You saying that reminded me. There's this subreddit, 2 Sons Horror or something like that. It's just turned. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, my microphone went funny for a minute there. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I heard everything.
Oh, sweet.
So did I.
But it's just become so shit lately, and I did take your advice and I did delete like every social media that I had outside of Discord, and I have been happier for it, more or less. But let me actually look up real quick. What am I even saying?
It's supposed to be like a long-term thing, because you'll stop focusing on it. You'll see the dividends.
Oh
like,
yeah,
after
I'm
months
seeing results already. Again, that might just be placebo, might just be luck. I completely forgot what I was talking about.
up. Talking about the placebo effect.
You were talking about some fucking scaly subreddit thing.
Oh,
How it's gone
right.
to shit.
It's just become like satire at this point.
Yeah, I've
I'm
seen
pretty
that.
sure it has to be satire.
I've seen that. It's been like recommended on Reddit. 2 Cents Horror or some shit.
Yeah, that. Okay, here we are actually. It's just stuff
When,
like
one was like, I had a baby. The baby wasn't breathing.
knock knock, who's there? The 9/11 era reincarnated as a meth addict thought standing outside your door wanting to take your kitchen because I'm really high. That was posted 7 hours ago by additional move 1447.
Why would you don't dox people. Don't do that.
I'm not doxing them, I'm just saying their Reddit account. The
Yeah,
su-
but people can message them and be like, hey, guess where I found you?
Look, that's like 1,000,000% just a bot account.
If it's not, can we get... look, man, I don't know.
Okay, their user profile says I don't like watermelon people, so I don't think I really care too much about them being like
Right.
really respected online. But also their username is additional move 1447, which is literally the template that all like default Reddit usernames are. It's adjective, noun, 4-letter or 4-character number. So it's probably not even like a real guy, probably like a bot or something. But just, I don't know. You saying that reminded me of it. Wanna come hang out, Tucker? I say as I spin meat hooks. Or as I spin the skin hooks. It just reminded me of that. Sorry, there's a long tangent over nothing again.
Long
That's
talking,
okay.
dang it. I don't think we're supposed to have significant meanings to a podcast.
Well, yeah, it just means like there's a long old talking tangent.
Whoever's listening to this should definitely listen to this while working out. I'm sure it'll give you those gains you're looking
It'll
for.
encourage you. You'll get big, strong, stonking muscles and a nice, tight ass.
You'll get big, strong muscles and tight ass, and then the girl you like will say, "I'm actually into bigger dudes."
If you have, if you want to do like cardio or something like that, your heart's gonna be super good. Your lungs, they're gonna work. Your lungs are gonna work normally. Any asthmatics out there? Just do some, just do like 30-mile sprint. Listening to
Fucking
this,
die.
your lungs are gonna be so much better because of that. Trust me. You're gonna be
This
so
is
much
something-
better.
This is like the worst. I'm reading a story. This is like the absolute worst thing I found all day today.
What was it about?
Guy gets married to a girl, and then they start playing. So they have a good sex drive or something, and then the sex drive dies down. So we're playing a 200 questions thing while they're both drunk, and he asks, "How come our sex drive is like non-existent? Like we don't do stuff anymore?" And she was like, "Oh, I actually was never into it.
Oh,
I only did it to appease you
that's sad.
because I wanted to keep you." But that's not the sad part, right? And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then she furthers it by saying, "I actually did all that just so your best friend couldn't get to you because she had feelings for you. And she told me she'd ask you out like the day after, so I had to get to you first."
Oh,
Wow.
And he started talking about like he went in great detail about how much he loved his best friend but thought he had no chance.
well, that's several kinds of fucked up on
And
every
she said
side.
that she knew that like she said she knew that her best friend, like his best friend, would win because he was smitten with her, and he would have chosen her in an instant. He said, "I would have."
That's nice. I don't know how to feel about every part of that's just bad.
Yeah. And you know what she told him? You know what she told him? I don't know what you're so upset about. Your best friend's in a happy marriage and a relationship right now, and we're married and we have a daughter together. I got what I wanted. I'm happy.
That's fucked
That's
up.
nice.
Like, I don't know what's really. That's just fucked up on all angles.
That is the worst. Imagine living your life as a lie.
Wait, how long were they together?
I mean, they're married.
He's 25, so he still has like a whole life ahead of him.
I'd say he has like, assuming that the planet and society as a whole doesn't collapse, that's probably like 2 whole
Days left, yeah.
2 days remain. Gotta stop that moon.
2 days remain. Fucking dun dun. You hear the crickets outside. And isn't that how the scene goes, Tucker, for Majora's Mask?
What?
You hear the dun dun. 2 days remain, and it's like just crickets.
I don't know if they're crickets. I can't remember, honestly. It's been a while since we played.
It's some
swear
weird
it's
instrument.
I was gonna say we should replay, then I realized your whole stayed away.
Womp womp.
Are you the person who gave me a 3DS version of the game? I just have a 3DS version of it for some reason.
Do you?
Yeah, and I
Fuck
don't
no, I
remember
want
how
that.
I got it.
You stole that from someone.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I have no idea how I got it.
You should totally
I
let me
have
have
like
that.
I also have like a 3DS Pokemon game, like Pokemon Ruby or something, and like
I
a
don't
different
Ruby.
one. And I just like don't remember where I got them from.
You stole those from someone.
Who?
I don't know. I don't know anyone who owned that game. I know that you didn't buy that, and I didn't buy that.
Someone might have given them to me. Why do you
Wait.
assume I stole them?
Wait, do you remember James? Did he do that?
No.
Because I
I don't
remember him.
think he did.
I remember him owning that game.
Well, there's a third game. Let me go look. I have the box right next to me.
Yeah, go ahead, admit your crimes.
I remember I used to be like, I used to
Oh,
want
wait, no, I
Majora's
lied.
Mask really badly, and then I got it,
I have.
and then I didn't think it was very fun, and maybe that's simply because maybe the 3DS remake is bad. I don't know.
No, 3D remake is pretty good actually.
Maybe I just had bad taste then. I should probably play it
just
again
have-
soon.
The only thing
Pokemon
bad they
Omega
changed-
Ruby and Majora's Mask 3D.
I see. I mean, before I
They changed some glitches around and stuff. That's like the big difference.
No, big difference. The ice arrows, when the order to form platforms in water, they have set positions for that now. That sparkle instead of you getting
Oh,
free range.
Oh, that's kind of
That's
sad. But
cringe.
it's kind of minor change, though.
Yeah, but it's
But
kind of
no,
like stops my fun kind of change.
I wish that
you
they
have
just
less
had
free
like.
will.
I wish that they just made it so it's like they're just sparkles there to show that hey, you should do something with this instead of just like that's the only spot you can shoot them. It's like maybe if there's like a little kid playing, right? They might not immediately think of that.
I mean, yeah,
But, like-
I don't know. They like babyfied it, kind of. Like they made some things more simple. I know that you have like a million more customizable options with the ocarina,
Ocarina.
yeah, ocarina, and with the tuba and the guitar.
What do you mean by like customization?
Like you see videos of them. Okay, so every single button in the 3DS becomes a different note, which is new.
What the fuck?
And also the right analog joystick, you can move that in a certain direction to change the pitch of things.
Oh yeah, where you could like
Wouldn't
do
that
little
make it like a
songs.
lot harder to play songs?
Well, no, it just
No,
means
'cause
like
you
you
still
can
just
you
need the
just
same
put in the
general-
same pattern, but
Yeah,
you
same
can make
pattern,
custom
that's all.
songs. So like, say you want to do Darude Sandstorm, you can
Go
pull out the
listen
little
to
Deku
Oh.
saxophone or whatever it is, the Deku horns, and just go.
I unironically like that song.
Wasn't the story behind that everyone told him he was shit and he couldn't make music, and he made that and it became really popular?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm thinking of the Durek thing. The
Oh, yeah, the story with that one was he always used just like women in his music videos. So then everyone was saying, oh, the only reason your stuff is popular because you use eye candy. I was like, okay, I'll use myself now. And he just drops the most famous thing he ever made. Which I think is pretty funny.
I mean, yeah.
I'm putting this.
It's kind of like that one Family Guy episode where like who was the guy who made Family Guy? What's his fucking name?
Seth
It's
MacFarlane.
fucking Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, he was told to make a Family Guy with video. He couldn't make a Family Guy episode without cutaways and be funny, so he made that one bank of where they were like trapped in a vault and like talked about like philosophical shit and it ended up being like
What?
one of the best episodes.
That's not a good episode, Tucker. What the fuck?
I heard people really
No,
liked it.
Tucker. Brian eats Stewie shit out of his daughter.
Are you telling
said
me you wouldn't
big-
watch that?
No, you said Bigfoot episode, and like you're talking about the fucking fanfic where Brian ate Stewie's shit, because that's what happens. Stewie's like, oh, I'm so full. Oh, I'm so full. I gotta let it out, Brian. He's like, oh, not in here, Stewie, not in here. You can't do anything. It's like, dogs eat shit, right? He's like, oh, I guess they do. And he
That's
starts
awful.
eating like
That's
licking a
fucking
diaper
horrible.
clean. Like
Don't tell me you didn't enjoy that episode, Chris.
fuck no, it's nasty. Actually, it's terrible. It's one of the worst episodes.
Exactly, best episode of the show.
I've talked about that episode before. You just casually brought it up like it was a good thing. You fucking with me.
We're having a Family Guy discussion right now. How does that make you feel, Chris? We're having a Family Guy discussion that I didn't start.
I feel like Tucker's been corrupted by Seth MacFarlane.
And whoever the fuck is into shit, he has some people on the internet talking about how they're into shit fetishes. He's like, oh, they're making some good sense.
We should.
Oh.
that's what you just did?
Seth MacFarlane's just gonna be the what was his name? The Nickelodeon guy. The Nickelodeon foot guy.
George Lee.
No. He was there's a Pink Guy song named after him.
What?
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Dan
Seth-
Schneider in.
Seth MacFarlane is
carrot.
just gonna be the Dan Schneider of poop. Oh, I said it again. What's the penalty?
I
What's the
did it
penalty
again.
for saying it again?
You're now banned.
You're banned?
You're banned.
You're banned.
You're
You're
banned.
leaving. You're kicked out.
It's like what's actually going to encourage us to say it less than
I think
It's fine.
Chris
Just-
screaming.
screaming. Uh-oh, Chris says troublesome words and ruins our channel. Uh-oh,
Just screaming.
we should start a
Chris
Twitter
just
account.
unleashes the despair code on us.
What?
Have we actually?
we should do
I don't.
we need PO so bad. Let's start a Twitter account and then Say funny quotes.
If anyone's doing that, I am not doing that because Twitter is. Is it just
Accessible.
politics to say that Twitter's gone to shit lately?
Yeah,
So
that's
I feel
political.
like
No, it's gone even worse than usual.
No,
It
it's
was like
political.
almost pay. It was pay to post pretty much for a bit, like a couple days. But the backlash was bad enough it got undone. I heard.
it was pay
I
to
don't know if
like
they got
use
undone.
the
I
app.
think
It
it's
wasn't
still
pay
there.
to post. Like you had to like
Well,
there's a something
yeah,
of
like how many scrolls you could read.
how many posts you can see.
How many ancient Chinese scrolls you could read?
Yeah.
Why would you say scrolls you could read? That's not the wording choice there. You should say post.
Post, whatever.
Tucker's
leave me
actually
alone.
an alien. Tucker's
Well,
an
you did
alien.
talk about
That's
how he
why,
awakened his demonic energy earlier, so.
That's actually it. Exactly. That's when his
Shut Fuck up.
that's when his alien brain was beamed into his body. Like you're like
Alien
you're actually like a
brain.
Bluetooth device, and your consciousness is just being beamed into you.
So if
You
I
know-
walked up to
You know
your
that makes a
forehead
lot of sense.
and I put my fingers in a finger gun position, I put my two fingers on my forehead and perpendicular with the other hand, and I go wow 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 like straight to your fucking face. Would you slap the shit out of me?
Chris, you almost peeked your mic.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Just slap the shit out of me. Almost immediately, no hesitation.
Mhm.
Remember the time I slapped you?
Remember
and
the
you were
time?
like, you remember the time so we had a slapping thing because we were young and stupid, and I slapped the shit out of Tucker. Like I genuinely slapped the shit out of
You
Tucker.
had to think for
And-
being slapped because you were young and stupid.
Yeah, pretty much is what I said. But
Go on.
he went to slap me, but he missed, like kind of, so his fingers grazed.
They only
my face.
grazed them.
Lightly
he
brushed
got-
against the side of
And I
your
was like,
face.
nope, that counts. And he's like, no, it doesn't.
I wanted to slap the shit out of him.
The face Tucker made when he was slapping me was the most enjoyment I've ever seen in his face.
That's actually part of why he just never has any happiness. Or like feelings or
I never
emotions
got to
ever.
hit him.
Because he's an alien. He's an alien who was
Fuck
tasked with the
off.
sole mission of killing and assassinating Chris.
Yeah, so you know, like the happy black baby thing.
What are you talking about?
What is he talking
A
about?
happy black baby?
There's like a little black baby child that's smiling. It's like the happiest face I've ever seen, and that's what I imagine Tucker doing, because that's what the face was. I just gotta find what it was.
What do you... Okay, I'm gonna throw it up on screen whenever you send it, because I'm very curious to see what you're telling. Is it like a video?
It is a video, but I wonder if there's an image. Happy black child.
I thought you were like maybe talking about like some update they had to Black Baby. Black Baby's a good game. You should buy it. I don't know if
It is
it costs
not a
money.
good game.
It is a
Hell
good
no.
game. It is a good
Does it
game.
cost money? Does it
I don't
seriously
think it
cost
costs
money?
money. I'm pretty sure it does
I
not
would
cost money.
fucking
I don't
hope
think I
not.
can find
I would hope not.
I think it's free on itch.io. I think it's on Steam too. Let me check.
Is it
So now
on
about check.
Steam? I know it costs like $2.
It does cost money.
Like $2.
Let
Yeah.
me check. Black
That's $2 too many.
That's $2 for Black Baby.
Baby is $5.
Oh my god.
It's a
$5
good
for
game.
a black
$5
child.
No,
for
it's
Black Baby.
not. It is not a good game. That is not worth $5.
Look, if I could see a black- If I could see a black child in GTA role,
without light. Traverse through a maze full of naked giants with massive head indents that try to crush your skull. Giants with massive head indents.
okay, so you know where they got that, right? Does it say head indents?
Yes, it says with massive head indents that try to crush your skull.
I see.
Also, all of the reviews are positive, but all of them are ironic. One of them is bad.
Duh.
One of them says "stupid fucking baby." Not recommended. Half an hour of gameplay.
Who plays that for half an hour and gets angry at the developers? You
Stupid
knew what that
fucking
was the
baby.
first 2 minutes.
Stupid
This
fucking
man is
baby.
30.
Hey, Chris, what'd you do if you had just like a massive like you wake up in the morning, right?
Nope.
You just have like a little coin slot on your forehead. Would you put something in there? Would you like put a coin in there?
Would it? I meant okay. So you ever like, let's say you have like a paper cut. Imagine like jabbing a spatula or something inside the paper cut. That's how I imagine I'd feel like.
Well, it's like a very specific hole in there, right? And it doesn't hurt to like touch it. It's just like a formed little hole, right? Where like your brain and all that should be. You just have like a coin slot there.
Well, why would I mess with that? I go to the doctor.
You go to the doctor, you like put a coin in there, see how it feels.
Because I don't even know if it's a coin slot. Because I don't know what the hell. Why would I assume it's a coin slot? If I look at that and I see a slit down in my fucking forehead, I'd go, "What the hell is that?"
It's a slit. It's a very particularly made rectangle.
So it's like
Is there
okay,
even
so
like metal around it, like you'd see on a gumball machine?
if it's like a gumball machine metal, I guess I'd know it's like a coin slot then.
Like it even has the turning thing.
Yeah,
That kind
little
of
turning
thing.
That's a little turning thing.
That wasn't actually originally there in my head. There wasn't even like the metal thing. It was just a hole. But now that you say that, yeah, it's like a little gumball machine on your head, on your forehead.
If
your
I had a
Benson.
gumball machine in my head and I
your
turned
opposite
it, and like a
day,
piece
Benson.
of my brain came out.
Oh, that would be awful.
No, it just pops out a piece of gum, and you just like forget some random memory until you like chew the gum again.
That would be awesome.
That's awful. What the? No.
You can find out what your oldest memory is by just getting all of your gum out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like repressed memories, not ones that I actively
No, dude.
need.
Imagine having like putting
Well,
all
it's
of
like
your
all of your
studies into a
memories,
gumball.
right?
Like you
So you
study
can-
for a test, put it
Oh,
all in a
true.
gumball, and start chewing on it.
What do I have that ability? Because it sounds like it's that random what comes out.
Okay, that
you can
that might be true.
concentrate really hard on certain memories, and as you turn,
So I have to
Uh,
know the memory.
yeah, you have to know the memory.
Oh,
But
wait,
think
no,
about
but
that. What if
you're,
you
like,
don't-
Not thinking.
What if there's
If you're
something you
not
don't?
thinking, it's random.
That would be good. That's a good caveat.
How would
but
you
like-
just not think? I'm always thinking about something.
Well, don't think
It-
about memories. Just like
I've started meditating so I can clear my mind so I can actually fucking sleep.
Oh, have you started? I've actually started doing that too. Did I talk to you
I've
about
been
that?
yeah,
meditating
you told
for
me
years.
about it. Both of you two are meditating.
had to been
I feel like I probably
I've-
should, but I still don't.
I've had to been meditating since like 3rd grade. That's how bad it was for me.
Okay. Do you
Huh.
go like go om?
No,
Like
I don't
instance-
fucking go om. It's just clearing your
Om.
mind.
Om.
I just literally focus on the concept of nothing.
Chris, how do you feel if I sent you a Zen garden in the mail?
a whole Zen garden.
A whole Zen garden in the mail for your
I'd get
birthday.
angry.
Then you have the Zen garden.
No,
It's just unwrapped.
my,
It's
my
just sand
landlord
in
would get
this
angry.
mailbox.
They'd say, "What the hell is this? Where'd you get this? Did I say you could do this? Why is this here?" I go, "I don't know. I woke up in a whole
No.
Zen garden." That
No,
sounds
it's just like,
insane.
okay, you know those little like kitty inflatable pools, right? It's like one of those. It's just like a little pop-up garden, little Zen garden. You can just pop
They'd
up.
still get angry. What's it? What the hell is a whole Zen garden? I don't know. How big is it? A kiddie pool? I guess I could put that.
You can put it inside if you want.
I could put that inside.
You have a nice little, even like a
You
nice little
have to. The whole
decorations
thing
around
be
it.
ruined if it rains.
True. Unless you
I don't
just
know,
like
man,
put a
one-
big dome above it. Let's put a
One
dome
tornado
above
hitting my house, and I'm pretty sure sand would go everywhere.
it.
Yeah, you can use the sand to make sandbags. Hold your house down.
What if I gave you a Zen garden, like the exact Zen garden, but it was full of glitter instead?
Oh, that would be awful.
Then like you have like a pet and it just like treads some of the glitter out of it and it's just stuck there forever.
I don't know. I feel like a tradition where I have a Zen garden, except people like there's cow skulls in the desert and stuff.
Yeah.
Tradition for each pet I have, I take their skull and I put it in the Zen garden.
It's awful. That's a Zen garden. That's like if you took a cat's like litter box and then made it into a graveyard.
Well, Zen is at least respectful.
I suppose.
It's meant to be Zen.
I don't know enough about like any of that sort of culture to know if that's like an accurate statement or not, but I feel like it probably isn't.
Yeah, I have no
It's-
idea if what I just said was offensive.
It's meant to be
it
peaceful,
might have been
calm
very
the
offensive
mind.
right
It's supposed to be positive.
Yeah, I
guess
thought
maybe
so.
if it's like supposed to be like, oh, you young
That's
spirits
not
at rest
positive.
now.
That isn't really considered positive. I don't think making it a graveyard would be appropriate.
Yeah, let's just say like a pet cemetery, kind of. Except you
It's
put you put
A,
cacti.
a cemetery, a cemetery is
still
meant
don't
to be
think that's alright.
mournful. You're meant to mourn at a cemetery, not
No,
like
you celebrate it. You celebrate the coming of a new life.
the coming of a new life.
Yeah, because of when they die, they reincarnate.
Chris, It's time to end the episode now. Hey, we're an hour and 4 minutes in. You know, it's been great. It's been great. You know, this is a good first episode.
No, I want to hear more about this reincarnation.
We're gonna get Chris to stop talking now.
Reincarnating.
Okay, Chris.
fucking dead
What
animals.
religion? What religion is it that believes in reincarnation that you're referring to? Which
Hinduism?
One?
There's quite a
Are
few,
you,
but I know
are you
Hinduism
referring to
does.
Hinduism right now, Chris? Which
I
one are you
think
thinking
Buddhism
of right
might.
Does it matter?
now? You know, it's probably better if I don't ask that question.
I don't think it matters. I kiss my skulls goodnight. Bye bye, Chloe.
Why don't you just have like a little display case for that? Like, remember that one scene from Aqua Teen?
Aqua Teen? What are you fucking talking about?
The Brood Witch?
They just having a conversation
yeah.
while Snake's eating a sandwich, the devil sandwich.
I do like the
I want
thought
to
of
have all my skulls on the house, but the wife wants them in the garage.
that fucking thing.
Yeah, and the brain
I-
case.
I do like the thought of like all the angry spirits of my pets staring at me while I kiss their skulls goodnight.
You just have the skulls like mounted on a wall and you take them down every time.
Put a candle in them.
Hey, look at that! I'm alive.
You should like drape some leather around them and like put some googly eyes on there, like a taxidermy.
Oh, that's evil.
You should put some felt on them actually instead. Put felt, put glitter
Like,
glue on there,
genuinely awful.
googly
I
eyes.
can't hear you. 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hi, mittens.
All right. Yeah. Let's. Goodbye, every. Wait, am I still mute?
Are we leaving?
Goodbye,
Is this
everybody.
the end?
I suppose,
hope-
I mean, we're coming up on time, I guess.
Okay, it's the end.
Make
Except
Bye.
for outro.
Make sure you smash the like.
Make sure you hit the like,
Make sure-
subscribe, share your
Don't
video with
combust.
share your video with your favorite train conductors.
Remember to brush your teeth.
Don't do that.
Don't combust.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to combust.
If you brush your teeth, you're going straight to hell before you die.
If you will watch the Relaxation Station, your train will be late before you arrive.
We should get a train whistle, all three of us, to know the fuck out of the audience. We'll clip our mics. and
Oh,
sing.
that's horrible.
That's
No,
terrible.
please don't get
That
a
sounds
train
awful.
whistle.
We are not gonna do that.
All right, goodbye.
Yeah, have a good one. Tucker, say goodbye.
Ta-ta.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Blah, 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 blah.
Get out of here.
Blah,
Get out of here.